Now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to introduce today's keynote speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand for Honourable Tanya Fir, MLA from the Minister of Arts, Culture, and Status of Women.
Oh my goodness, I'm looking at that headshot. It's time for a new headshot. That was from like 6 or 7 years ago before I went into politics, when I was still young and innocent, before politics destroyed me. So it's adorable. But anyways, hello everyone, and thank you for having me. And I really enjoyed catching the last part of Erin's presentation. Before I went into politics, I spent my career in human resources. So it was interesting to hear some of what she was saying, and I'm sure you've done lots of incredible work beyond what I just heard, but good for you for having that change made in your company, where you said you got internal postings posted for at least, or postings posted internally for at least 3 days. The number of times when I was in HR, have to have that conversation with managers of, you may know who you want, and that may be the person you end up picking, but you don't know who might want to apply, and you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know unless you post it. So enjoyed hearing that, and I love the stay curious, ask questions. I asked too many questions my whole life, used to drive my mother nuts, but you got to ask questions, right? You can't just keep doing things the way they've been done. So anyways, really enjoyed hearing the last part of your presentation. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here among all these amazing people, and I would like to thank Tracy and her team and the rest of the Grow Women leaders for your dedication to organize this event. As Alberta's Minister of Arts, Culture, and Status of Women, I feel really fortunate to be here, so thank you for having me. I applaud all of you for continuing to ensure your workplaces are more diverse and inclusive places for everyone, but particularly women. Alberta's government recognizes the crucial contribution of women in shaping Alberta's story. We know that when women participate in the economy, everyone benefits. We know, as an example, that as a province we are facing challenges having enough skilled people to drive continued growth, and we know women must be part of the solution to meet that demand. For example, a recent Canada Industry Council report put a price tag on women's participation, showing that advancing gender equality in work could add up to $150 billion to Canada's GDP. So that's why our government is working hard to advance gender equality at work and in all aspects of women's lives. We're stepping up to support women's economic participation and empowering women to take leadership roles as we continue to grow our economy. Although Alberta has often led the charge on increasing women's equality in the workplace, we know there's still a lot of work to be done. That means ensuring women have access to good quality jobs and equal opportunities without any additional barriers holding them back. And to quote Carol Moen from Women Building Futures, it means that we're not just focused on getting women ready for more jobs, it also means making sure all sectors are ready to support women. Alberta has a long tradition of women breaking barriers for other women in the workplace. Historically, women in Alberta have earned more per week than other Canadian women. In fact, data shows that Alberta has always been among the top 2 provinces in Canada for weekly wages for women. Alberta is where Canada saw its first woman police officer and first woman magistrate. It was the birthplace of Rosella Bjornsson, the first female pilot for a commercial airline in North America, and home of Violet King, the first Black woman to become a lawyer in Canada and the first Black person to graduate law in Alberta. Women in this province have always been innovators and leading the way to breaking down barriers, and they continue to make strides. For example, recent data from the Alberta Securities Commission shows 84% of companies have 1 or more women on their board, compared with 46% in 2015. Alberta's largest companies are attracting the many qualified, talented, and experienced women we have in this province to serve on their boards. Of Alberta-based companies with an over $10 billion market value, women hold 35% of board positions. This is progress, but also a reminder that we still have a lot of work to do to reach equal representation at all tables. Today, it is the women and employers in this room who are creating new paths for women and all people in Alberta to follow in the future. We know bringing diverse ideas to the table leads to better bottom lines and outcomes for all Albertans. Your work is pushing our workplaces and by extension our economy and province forward, and we want to help you make the important strides yet to be made. That's why we're investing in programs like the Women in STEM Scholarship, the Persons Case Scholarship, and our new Women in Technical and Applied Arts Scholarship. These scholarships allow more women to pursue fulfilling, high-paying careers. And it's why we're partnering with organizations that support the development of women in Alberta's workforce. This includes helping them reach new heights in careers in aviation, with $5 million to elevate aviation last year for underrepresented groups. And recently, Alberta's government made a $2.8 million investment to Women Building Futures to help more women train for jobs as professional drivers in the commercial trucking industry, as just one example of a field that needs more skilled workers. To improve access to opportunities, we have also developed an online directory tailored to women. Our Women's Hub is an online portal that helps women easily find resources offered by the provincial government, including resources for advancing their education and careers. We also know that there are other social and societal barriers for women, such as the importance of access to affordable childcare for women raising families. I heard this clearly at a roundtable with women business leaders earlier this year, where I was fortunate to have many women leaders join me to discuss what else we need to do collectively to support Alberta women. We know childcare is an issue that crosses all industries and positions, and one that impacts all parents, men and women. Lacking affordable quality childcare is a barrier to working for many women who want to work part-time or work shift work and to hold positions with more responsibility. That means it's also a barrier to families. So through the Early Learning and Childhood Agreement, our government is creating an accessible, high-quality and inclusive childcare system. A system that is adding thousands of new spaces while also supporting jobs for early childhood educators. This benefit is twofold because when we create opportunities for childcare workers, we are supporting women with families to have equal opportunity to access career opportunities, and we are also creating opportunities within the childcare sector, which are often filled by women. At roundtables and stakeholder meetings, I have also heard other barriers women are facing in employment and entrepreneurship. We know we need to support more training. We need to make sure work sites are safe and comfortable for women, educate young girls early so they know the vast opportunities available to them, reach out to women who may be new to the province to help them break barriers that may be unique to them, celebrate our role models, and within my own Ministry of Arts and Culture, we need to support women in our cultural industries. The list goes on, and I will continue to advocate for women to my government colleagues and look for opportunities where we can address these barriers. So one of the things that I wanted to touch on is, in addition to the programs that we have, I know that as a minister, I only can know what we can do to help women and help people in the province if we hear from them directly. And that's why it's so important for me to continue to have the roundtables and engage in events like this so that we hear firsthand what you're experiencing. And so I want to close by recognizing the extraordinary recipients that are going to be honored as part of the Best Workplace for Diverse Women Awards. I want to thank you for championing leadership, diversity, mentorship, and sponsorship programs, work-life balance, and so much more. Your efforts to address barriers in the workplace are making an impact on not just women in your organization, but the broader workplace and community too. So my congratulations to all of you for being here, for all the work you do. My thanks for your contributions that continue to make Alberta the best place to live, work, and raise a family. So thank you for having me. I wish I could stay here all day. I was talking with Justin, my Chief of Staff, some burning issues back at the legislature. I have to head right back, but trust me, I'd rather be spending the day with you all. But thank you so much for having me, and I hope you find the day really fulfilling and rewarding. So thank you kindly.